It is 10 p.m. I'm attempting to head out for my first Milky Way shoot here in Australia, and I got my star tracker this week. I'm back on the Gold Coast for a weekend. I was looking at the forecast, and of course it's cloudy, and I was laughing because I thought I left all this hardship behind, but clearly not. Now, there was one weather model, which is actually the Australian-based one, and that was giving clear conditions, and the rest of them were saying like 20 to 30% cloud with a bit of rain. So I don't think it's gonna come off, to be honest. I think it's gonna be cloudy. But I remember one workshop I ran out in Connemara last year, the year before, and it was like this, and we actually stood in the rain, and then it would clear for like maybe 10 minutes, and we'd get a glimpse of the Milky Way, we'd start shooting, and then the cloud would come in again. But all you need is that 10 minutes. Like, I plan on getting there. I'm actually heading to Fingal Causeway, which is where I shot these images that you'll see on screen now. And weirdly enough, it's only a half an hour down the road, but it's actually an hour ahead. So the Milky Way is rising at 11:30, and now, even though it's only 10, and I'll be there at 10:30, technically in New South Wales time it'll be 11:30. So I want to get there, get set up, and once I have the tracker set up, aligned correctly, I'll take a few test exposures. If the stars are sharp, then all I have to do is literally just wait. And if I get 10 minutes, that's all I need. 10 minutes of a clear sky, bang, that's my Milky Way shot. Because I don't care if there's a whole sky full of cloud for my foreground. I'll just capture that as it is, because I always blend my foreground with my sky exposures anyway. So 10 minutes clear skies, that's all I ask. Who knows? Let's just go and see what happens. It could be a bust, but if it isn't a bust, I would be very excited to capture the night skies here in Australia. Okay. Oh my god, it's windy. It is windy. In all my cloud planning and preparation, I didn't even think to check the wind. So not only now do I have to try and find where I'm going, not only now do I have to try and deal with this light is blinding me. Not only now do I have to try and deal with cloud, but I also have to try and do long tracked exposures on the coastline where the wind is just insane. So this is going to be very, very challenging. There's no way I'm going to be able to do a long exposure here. I'm some moron. Unless I try and find some bit of shelter. But I don't think it's possible. So, like, in winter in Australia, which is June, July, August, the Milky Way is visible from like 7 p.m. all night long. But I'm like a dog with a bone. Once I get an idea in my head, I just could not wait. Could not have the patience to wait to get out. And instead I'm gonna sleep deprive myself here now. And that's what's probably gonna be a failed attempt because it's so windy. So windy. and the cloud is, well, the wind is a good thing because that means it'll blow the cloud over, and all I need is a brief moment of clear. But there's a lighthouse up there. Okay. You can probably hear that over the wind. You probably can't even hear me. It's so windy. Okay, so I'm down by the rocks. I briefly found a sheltered spot. I'm trying to shine the light in my face because obviously for astrophotography you want nice, you want your eyes to be adjusted to darkness basically, so vlogging is not that easy with shining a light in my face. So I managed to find a brief sheltered spot down by the rocks. The only thing is the cliff is impeding my sky, so when I'm tracking I like to have a nice clean sky in the image. At the moment that's not possible, but I might try to grab some foreground images while I'm here. So generally I shoot my foreground around 16 to 20 mil, and I'll shoot my skies at 24 mil. So I'm gonna jump down now, try and grab some foreground shots, and I'll hopefully include the settings below if they work out. Well, just to give you a little update, I'm still down at the rocks trying to find some shelter. I've put the wind shield, whatever it's called, onto the microphone, so hopefully that helps a small bit. First shot with the tracker, that's my tracker setup. It's aligned properly. There's my 24 mil, and delighted to say that the first image, I'm going to turn around here, the first image that I shot was pin sharp. First time trying to polar align here in the southern hemisphere, and yeah, I'm delighted to say that I got it bang on. Now the only issue is this very strong wind. Not so much down here because I'm sheltered, but the problem is there's a cliff behind me that is blocking the Milky Way core, and the skies are perfectly clear, and I just feel like cloud is going to roll in now any second, but I can't go up onto the ledge because then I will be exposed to the wind and I won't get a sharp shot. So the core is coming around the edge of the cliff, but not for another hour. So it's either wait, or I was up walking around up top and couldn't find anywhere shelter. It's too exposed, so I either have to wait for the core to come around and pray that the clouds don't ruin my fun, or there's a beach on the far side of this causeway. I think it's like a 10-minute walk. I could go down onto the beach where it will be more shelter down there, because I'll be lower down, and possibly shoot my Milky Way core from down there. So I said I'd give you a little update as to where we were at. Incredible place though. Like this just blows my mind. It's like the causeway in Ireland. Oh, I really hope this works. So to give you a little update once again, safe to say this has not been an easy night at Astro. So I was at the causeway. I'm actually sheltering right behind a massive piece of driftwood right now that is actually going to make an unbelievable foreground subject. But I gave up on the causeway. There was too much spray, too much wind, a couple of rogue waves coming in, just too dangerous, not worth it. So I'm here now on the beach, and it's so windy, but the skies are clearing, and I just caught my first glimpse of the core, and it is unbelievable. So I had the camera lined up. I got my alignment bang on straight away, which I was delighted with. So I'm firing off 120-second exposures right now at f3.2 ISO 1000, and I'm hoping that they're going to come out nice. So 4 or 5 exposures that I'll stack, and I'm going to shoot this incredible piece of driftwood for my foreground subject. And I actually think it's a nicer image than what I would have gotten at the causeway. Briefly, I'll talk you through the setup. So the phone goes in here, phone slots in there, like that. And that's my polar alignment. Then here's my tracker here. That's the Nomad. This switch, flick it up there for the southern hemisphere, down for northern hemisphere. I got a ball head with it, so I've got the ball head, and then I've got my camera attached, obviously, and the Nomad sits into the tripod here. I would prefer a different Z bracket for this, and also I prefer to use a geared head to align the tracker. It's just a bit easier, but some smart guy left his geared head 1,000 miles away in Ireland, so I gotta go with this for now. Unbelievable. That is just... probably can't even hear me with this terrible audio. That is just to see that. Hang on a second. Okay, this might be a bit better. What size is this thing? To see that pop up on the back of the screen is just... it's hard to explain. My first Astro shoot in Australia, I was so worried about aligning the tracker, piece of cake, with the phone mount on the MSM. I'm getting 2 minutes. I think maybe a bit longer, or a bit longer focal lengths, I'd probably struggle a bit. I would have to get a bit more precision alignment, but for what I want, that's perfect for the moment. So I'm going to take a couple of foreground shots with this beast of a bit of driftwood here. And it is 1:30 AM. It's time to go home. I have not been up this late since I left Ireland 6 months ago. The latest I've been up, I think, has been like 11:30. Yeah, Australia is like, you go to bed early, you get up early. Great way of life. But I'm gonna grab a couple of shots of this tree, and then I think it's time to go home. So just about finished. I think there's sand in every crevice. But overall, a very successful shoot. No idea what this audio is going to be like with this wind, or this video for that matter, but I went back up to the causeway just to see could I grab something. I took a couple of shots of the sky. Still a bit of spray and wind up there, so I'm not sure how sharp they'll be, but if they are, you'll see them at the end of this video. Delighted that I got clear skies and that I persevered. All the forecasts, bar one, were saying there's going to be cloudy tonight, but I just felt with that wind it might move the cloud on a nice bit. Yeah, I wish I could have spoken when you were talking through my workflow a bit more, but it just wasn't possible. I was focusing on the images tonight more so than the video, you know. So I hope that sand has not gotten into my tracker, because I know my camera's covered in sand, so is my bag. I just hope the tracker hasn't been affected. I'm known to kind of rough my gear around a bit, but yeah, that wouldn't be good if I got if I made a shit of it in the first outing. But look, if there's a couple of images to be had, you'll see them now. I'm just watching them pop up in the back of my camera screen. Oh, that is... Oh, okay. Here's the photos. I'll talk to you later.